Hi. Well, we've had Christmas, and Christmas is over. Sadness, but we remember that Jesus was born at Christmas, and that's where we find him in scriptures. He's born, but he's also grown to be a man. And what was one of the first things he did when he became a man? He got baptized by who? Do you know? John the Baptist. Yes, he got baptized by John the Baptist, not because he had sin, but because he was using himself as an example to make it public, your profession, what you believe in. Let people see it. So Jesus was baptized, and then it was the beginning of his work. Work? What kind of work? Well, he was going to be a teacher, so he taught people how to live for God, but he also was going to heal people. Heal means make people well, make people better. One of the first ways he did that was he went to one of his disciples' house who had a mother-in-law. Disciple, what's that? That's one of his friends. He's called 12 friends, called them disciples, and they were going to hang out with him, learn from him, and continue his work after he was gone. Well, Jesus and some of the disciples went over to Simon's house where his mother-in-law was sick with a fever. Now, most people that have a fever, you use a thermometer, right? To see how sick they are. Jesus doesn't need a thermometer. He just knows. All he did was reach out his hand and touch. He touched this lady, and she got up and she was well. Now, she didn't get up and start complaining. She got up and started serving. She served people there. She waited on people. What a great lesson for us. That when we are healthy and able, that's what we should do. We should wait on people. Well, this was a private scene in a house where no people saw what happened, but somehow the word got out. There's no phones, there's no emails, there's no text messages, but the word got out that Jesus was healing people. And what did people do? They brought the people that they knew that were sick to him. Publicly, all these people gathering, and Jesus was going to heal them. What kind of people? What kind of sickness? Well, maybe like sores on your skin, or maybe things on the inside that you can't see. Would Jesus need an otoscope to look in their ears? No. Would he need a blood pressure cuff? Take their blood pressure, you know. No. Would he need a stethoscope? Maybe he needed to listen to their hearts. Would he need help with that? With making people well? Not Jesus. He just knew how to do it. He had the power from God. All these people were sick, and they wanted his help. Even people that were sick, maybe up in their heads, maybe having thoughts that they couldn't control, maybe wishing that they could speak and be right again. Well, Jesus healed all those people. Can you imagine how exciting that would be? That there was a doctor in town who could heal anything, and people saw it time after time after time. Well, the next morning, very early in the morning, in the dark, Jesus got away from the people and went to a quiet place. Now, why would he do that? Why would Jesus want to be in a place away from his 12 disciples? Well, Jesus wanted to pray. And I know Jesus is God, but he's also a man seeking God's help. And he's praying to God to help him endure, help him to continue, help him with his next day's work, because he is going to have work to do of teaching people, and he needed the strength of those prayers. You know, that teaches us, doesn't it? Unfortunately, We know a lot of people who are sick right now, don't we? Yeah. And it is very sad. It is sad. And we sit at home because we can't go out everywhere we want to. And we wonder, what can we do to help? Well, we can do what Jesus does. We can pray for people by name. Pray for them by name. Go to your quiet place where it's very, very quiet. No one can bother you. You don't hear anything. And you talk to God, right? And you pray. Don't think your little prayers don't matter to God. He hears them all. God hears them all, and he saves them, and he uses those prayers and our faith to help make people well. And he also helps for him to listen to us where our hearts are. You know, Jesus healed Simon's mother-in-law in a house where it was kind of private. But then he healed all this group of people publicly, out in the open, where everybody saw. And that kind of reminds me of something that maybe we can do, maybe you can do. Jesus can talk to you through his Bible privately, on the inside. When you read your Bible or when you pray, you're with Jesus personally and privately. And if you do that enough, you may want to be public about what you know about Jesus. You may want to tell other people about Jesus. You might want to make a profession of faith. Be baptized like Jesus. Unlike Jesus, we all have sin. And that baptism that we do, whether it's sprinkled with water or whether we're taken all the way underwater, doesn't matter how it's done, but why it's done. For us to publicly tell everyone, guess what? I believe in Jesus. I believe I'm a sinner, and I think he can wash away my sins. Wow, baptism, that's a big thing, right? So is prayer. So don't forget to pray for your friends, especially those that are sick. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for listening.